The cake sat untouched, candles sagging into little puddles of wax. From the living room, laughter carried like a blade pressed against my chest. 20 years old, my apartment filled with friends, voices tumbling over each other, glasses clinking. But none of it mattered. Her absence, Leia's, gnawed at me. She had slipped out half an hour earlier, phone gripped tight, whispering, "Just a quick call, Ben. I'll be back." I'd forced a smile, told myself not to worry, but the knot in my gut never loosened. Now I lingered in the kitchen, fairy lights casting a mocking glow over the dim counters. Then I heard it, her laugh, bright, unguarded, floating in from the balcony. She wasn't alone. Ethan was with her. Ethan, my closest friend since college. The sound of his voice, low and familiar, thickened the air until my pulse thundered in my throat. Something was wrong. I leaned against the counter, its chill biting into my palms, while the party behind me dissolved into meaningless static. Leia's laugh rang again, sharp and intimate, followed by his quiet murmur. My mind clawed for excuses, maybe a surprise, maybe nothing at all. But the weight in my chest already knew. I had seen too much, ignored too many signs. Her late-night messages, the way she'd look away when I asked who she was texting, the endless work dinners that left her coat smelling of perfume long past midnight. I had convinced myself it was paranoia, but love is a blindfold, until it slips, and the truth cuts deeper than you thought possible. The balcony door stood ajar, leaking night air and their voices. I crept closer, sneakers muffled against the wood. The fairy lights overhead stretched shadows across the floor like fractures in my reality. Then Ethan's words came, low and tense. "You're sure he doesn't know?" My lungs locked, breath jagged. Her reply was gentle, too gentle. "He trusts me. He trusts us. It's fine." The words detonated inside me. 3 years of trust, unraveling in a handful of syllables. I froze, hand trembling just inches from the handle, torn between bursting in or shrinking back into denial. My mind replayed everything. Her hand brushing Ethan's at the bar, the way her laughter always lingered around him, the group chats that mysteriously excluded me. Details I had brushed aside, suddenly too sharp to ignore. The music inside swelled, drowning out their conversation but not the ache hollowing my chest. I wanted to shout, to demand answers, but instead I stood rooted, paralyzed by the question. Was I more afraid of the truth or of losing her entirely? Finally, I pushed the door open. The hinges groaned, slicing through their laughter. The balcony glowed in the city's amber haze, traffic murmuring far below. Leia stood close to Ethan, her hair catching the light, her hand resting on his arm. They spun toward me, startled. Her eyes glistened. Guilt, fear, something caught in between. Ethan's jaw tightened, though he didn't move. "Ben," she said, her voice pitched too bright, fragile as glass. "You're missing your own party." "Am I?" My tone came steady, though inside everything was collapsing. "What's happening out here?" The question hung like smoke, impossible to take back. Ethan shifted, looking anywhere but at me. Leia gave a thin, nervous laugh. "Just talking, babe. You know how Ethan gets about his work drama." She stepped toward me, reaching out, but I flinched. Her touch felt false now, hollow. "Work drama," I repeated, eyes locked on Ethan. His hands buried themselves deeper in his pockets, his silence heavier than words. The air stretched thin until I couldn't bear it. "You've been out here half an hour on my birthday, with him." My voice broke, anger and heartbreak spilling through the crack. Her smile faltered, panic flashing raw in her eyes before she masked it again. "Ben, don't do this," she whispered, voice soft, pleading. "You're turning it into something it's not." Her words sounded practiced, worn like lines from a script. Finally Ethan spoke, low, measured. "Man, it's your night. Don't ruin it." Ruin it. As if I were the one tearing everything apart. The hypocrisy stung, heat building in my chest like fire. I wanted, needed, to believe her. God, I wanted to hold on to the Leia who kissed me awake that morning, who had poured weeks of effort into this party, who once whispered love beneath summer stars. But the Leia standing in front of me wasn't her. She looked like a stranger, avoiding my eyes, her hands twitching like she couldn't decide whether to reach for me or back away. Just tell me the truth, I whispered. Her hesitation rang louder than any confession could. And then Ethan stepped closer, resting a hand on her shoulder. A quiet, protective gesture that landed like a punch. Ben, it's not what it looks like, he began. Then what is it? I cut in, voice sharp. The music and laughter around us faded, the party shifting towards silence as people turned to stare. All they saw was my girlfriend and my best friend too close together. The worst kind of betrayal playing out on my birthday. The words spilled from me, bitter but undeniable. Tears welled in Leia's eyes but didn't fall. I love you, she said, her voice shaking. But things have been hard. You felt so far away. And Ethan, he was there. Her words landed like a slow-motion crash. Each one stripping away the life I thought we were building. Ethan didn't speak, didn't deny it. His silence was its own admission. Distant. My laugh was hollow, ugly. I've been planning our future, Leia. Saving for a ring. And you. My voice cracked. You chose him. The room was silent now, heavy with the weight of exposed secrets. I barely noticed anyone else, just her, and the man I once called my brother, standing too close under the city lights. I turned away, chest tight, vision swimming. She called after me, voice breaking, but I didn't stop. The apartment that once felt warm and bright now suffocated me. Fairy lights twisting into cruel reminders of joy that was never mine. I grabbed my coat, slammed the door, and let the night swallow me. Cold air stung my face, but it couldn't cool the ache. I wandered aimlessly through streets of neon haze, phone buzzing with her name. I didn't answer. Instead, my mind replayed every warning sign I'd ignored. Deep down, I'd known. Love makes you blind, makes you believe against reason. Hours passed. My phone lit again, this time Ethan's name. One message, check your email. I'm sorry. Dread coiled in my stomach as I opened it. A forwarded thread between them. Weeks of messages. Plans to meet. Confessions. A photo of them pressed too close in some bar I didn't recognize. But it was the last line that hollowed me out. He's gone. It's just us now. Sent from Leia, hours earlier. She hadn't just wavered. She had chosen him. Fully. The moment I walked away. But then another email appeared, this time written to me, from Ethan. I ended it tonight. I couldn't do this to you. She's not who you think she is. Neither am I. Please forgive me. The city thrummed around me, uncaring. Leia had chosen him. Ethan had chosen me. The betrayal was whole, yet split in ways I couldn't make sense of. PLZ, subscribe my channel for more interesting videos. Thank you.